We are here with extremely talented singer, songwriter, and entrepreneur, Olivia King. Thank you so much for sitting down with us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. We're happy you're here. So for those who aren't yet familiar with your sound, can you tell us the vision behind your sound as an artist?
Yeah, so I actually started releasing music in 2017 and started more in the pop area and had a little bit of soul to it. But recently, especially with everything going on in the world, I've kind of moved more towards, sorry, you're seeing my cat.
All good. Mine might jump up here too, so it's
if I lock her out, she's just gonna scratch at the door. So
yeah. No worries.
Not even worth it. But yeah, so I started releasing music in 2017 more in the pop realm, but now I've kind of gone more pop R&B, pop soul, and I feel like people are really connecting with that during this time. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Absolutely. No, your voice is amazing. And do you have someone people compare you to? Because I've been trying to figure it out, but your voice reminds me of someone.
Well, when I was younger, they used to say Joss Stone. I don't know if you
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
She has a similar tone to me. She's kind of, I don't know where she's been the past few years, but her old music is really good.
Yeah, so, no, absolutely. When you say that, 100%, I totally see it. That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad person to be compared to at all. So
yeah, I love her and I love her music. I wish she'd release a little bit more.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And your most recent single, With a Little Bit of Love, talks a lot about positivity and self-love and picking yourself up when you're down. So why was that something that you felt passionate to sing about?
Yeah, I was actually struggling with the hook on that song when I wrote it. And I usually write my songs with a writer friend of mine. His name is Roderick Jones. And I sent it to him and I was like, hey, I'm struggling on the hook. I want something that kind of captivates everything that's going on in the world right now, but I'm struggling on it. Can you give me a little help? Right. And he came up with the hook, we can change the world with a little bit of love. And I was like, that is so perfect for what is going on in the world right now. It was just the cherry on top of the song. Sorry, my stupid cat. Oh my God. The door slammed closed because of the wind and now she's scratching. Let her out.
Let her out, absolutely. Totally okay. Oh. No joke, on my last interview, so I've had 4 today already. On my last one, my cat literally jumped up on my lap and onto the laptop, and I was like,
I'm glad you have a cat and understand that they just have no chill.
Yeah,
like, they
yeah.
do not care what you're doing. They will
like, oh my God.
make themselves present. All right, sorry. Yeah, back to your question. So yeah, I did that song with my friend and was so happy with how it kind of turned out. And I really wanted to give back to the Black Lives Matter movement with that song. I wanted to do something, and I feel like a lot of people are like this, but I wasn't quite sure where to start or what to do. I was obviously sharing on social media, and I mean, there's only so much that does, I think. So I really wanted to, write involved in it. And I found this program called the Turning Leaf Project. And it was actually, I found them on TikTok. They had these viral videos of these guys pressing shirts. Mm-hmm. Screen printing them, and they were viral, and I'm like, why is this going viral? And I kind of did a little bit of research into it, and their whole program was super cool. They pretty much take men out of prison, give them a job, give them group therapy.
Amazing.
Just make it so that their lifestyle, they don't go back to that old lifestyle they had. They just have a lot of efforts towards the Black Lives Matter movement, and I thought what they were doing was really impressive. So I partnered up with them on this song. So proceeds from it are going to their program, and all the proceeds from special merch that I created, a King t-shirt, is going to them. So that song's definitely super special.
That's amazing. And where can we find those shirts again? On their website or yours?
Yep, it's on their website. Turning Leaf is the program.
Perfect. Amazing. Talking about recent music as well, you actually talked about it today, but you're dropping a new song in a few days, September 3rd, called Take a Shot. And you actually showed a snippet on your social media, and it's receiving amazing reviews already, especially because of the meaning behind the lyrics.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I've honestly never had a song that people really seem to connect with as much as they do this one. And I think it just hits home for a lot of people, especially with being in quarantine. I feel like the song is about kind of coping with my anxieties during this whole weird time of us being at home. And I feel like even people, my aunt said this kind of mid-quarantine. She was like, I never had anxiety, but all of a sudden now I'm feeling super anxious. And so I feel like, especially with everything going on now, a lot of people can relate to this song that may not have ever experienced anxiety or panic attacks or anything like that, and now they're starting to because of everything that's going on in the world. So I just felt like so many people could relate to it. I've never really released a song that's that vulnerable, so it feels weird, but it was just so good to get that feedback just from the little snippet I posted on my Instagram of like, hey, other people are dealing with this too. It's not just me. I'm not alone.
You're not.
And it just made me feel so good. So I'm definitely excited for that one. People might think by the name of the song that it's like a party anthem, take a shot, but it's really just about like the shots that are thrown at you from your anxiety and people, and just, you know, kind of dodging those and making the best of it. So I'm excited for that.
I love that, especially right now. People can feel so alone. You know, so feeling like, especially someone in the public eye, that they can relate to them and they're going through the same thing. I think being vulnerable right now, especially as an artist, is really important. So congratulations on that song. It's going to do amazing.
Thank you. I'm glad.
And so when it does come out, where can we purchase and listen to the song once it drops September 3rd?
Everywhere, all across the board: Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. It'll have a lyric video on YouTube for those that may not have a streaming site. So yeah, it'll be all across the board. Take a shot.
Amazing. And speaking of Tidal, you've done a few things with them. Can you explain more about that platform?
Yeah, that platform is super cool, and the way that they support artists is just so different than any other platform. They were so easy to get in contact with compared to like Spotify and Apple Music that I feel like are a little bit harder to reach. Right. I did an exclusive release with them last year. They put me as the cover of their Pop Rising playlist and just really gave me a lot of support, and I really appreciated that. So that, I mean, Tidal, not only are they paying a lot more per stream than Spotify and Apple Music, but they actually seem to really want to be involved in up-and-coming artists' music.
It's really cool. That's really amazing. And so speaking of artists, who is your dream artist you would like to collaborate with?
Oh, that's kind of a tough one, but I'd probably have to go with Lauryn Hill. I think she's just the coolest.
Oh my God, you two would be amazing.
She's just so, the first song that I ever sang like in front of a crowd was Killing Me Softly, the Fugees version. And ever since then, I've just listened to her music, and it kind of came full circle. My mom was the one who introduced me to her when I was younger and was like, this girl is so dope. You have to listen to her music. She was the one who showed me Killing Me Softly and was like, you got to do this for the talent show. And so a couple of years ago, I actually took her, it kind of came full circle, and I took her to a Lauryn Hill concert, and she was like,
oh that's so cool.
Yeah, she's literally probably pushing 50, and she's just the epitome of cool. Like,
yeah. Oh, 100%.
She can get up there. She doesn't have to do much. She doesn't have to dance. She just goes at it with her vocals, and it's just.
And you're just wowed by that. Yeah.
Like any other artist.
Yeah, no, that's pretty amazing. And I want to talk a little bit about your start in the music industry. You started pretty young at 16, performing in Boston at local bars, pubs, television, radio stations. So how do you think that helped shape you as an artist today?
I did a lot of live performing when I first started, and I feel like that just gives you the confidence to kind of cross over into what it is now, more internet related and streaming. Lately, I've been really focusing on the online stuff compared to the live performances, but I do think it's important to get a lot of those under your belt when you first start, because it does give you that confidence, and the more you do it, the more it just comes natural to you. So I mean, that definitely helped shape me as an artist and gave me that confidence to put out stuff in front of a crowd, and it's even easier having a crowd behind a screen. So
I'm sure that's a thing as an artist, like singing behind a camera versus singing live, I'm sure is a totally different.
Yeah, it's definitely totally different, but I'm excited to finally get back to it once quarantine is over.
And at 19, you actually auditioned for The Voice. So what was that experience like?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. So I had auditioned for American Idol, and they were definitely just like you would think, where I'll give you an example. I go up and I'm in front of the judges for American Idol, that is, when I was 16. And I'm standing next to this guy with a Burger King crown on and a tutu, and he was awful. And so he goes, and then there are these two twin boys that go up, and they sing, and they kill it.
Right.
And they just say to them, sorry, it's a no. And they say to the Burger King guy that sucked, yeah, you're going through to the next round, go to the right. And the other people and the twins are going to the left. And I was like, I'm screwed. There's no chance. If they didn't put those two twin boys that absolutely nailed it through and let the Burger King crown guy go, I was like, I'm screwed. For The Voice, it was interesting. Even in the application before you even go to audition, they say, if you're not serious about this, do not come. We don't like that kind of stuff. Automatically, I was like, all right, this might be more up my alley.
Totally.
So when I went, it was super cool. I mean, you just get up there in front of some, the producers at first, and kind of go through all the processes. So I got through a couple rounds on that. I'm kind of excited that it didn't go through, only because there are so many people that I know that have gone through to multiple rounds, and then you get locked into some sort of contract, and those always scare me. So I mean, if I get to a point where I get older and that might be my only way of getting exposure, I would definitely go back and try it again. But right now, I just kind of like to be free. And
yeah, it was a blessing in disguise for you at the moment. I mean, you're kind of killing it on your own, so you're doing okay. And you have also worked with the incredibly talented Caleb McLaughlin from Stranger Things for the Be Your Biggest Fan campaign. So what was it like working with Caleb?
So it's kind of crazy how that happened. A producer I worked with was like, hey, we need to write a song yesterday. And I was like, okay, so the deadline is ASAP. And he was like, yeah, I have Caleb McLaughlin from Stranger Things, and he needs a song for this Be Your Biggest Fan campaign. I said, all right, well, give me something. Like, what am I writing about?
Right.
He just said, look at the hashtags in his Instagram bio. I'm like, that's all you're giving me? So literally, that was probably the fastest song I've ever written. Thank God, because they said they needed it yesterday. So I probably wrote it and recorded it, just a demo, in like 30 minutes and sent it over. And
wow,
that was probably on like a Tuesday, and the following Monday, the producer says, hey, yeah, he picked up the song and he's using it tonight. I'm like, I didn't even send a mixed version. Like, he just wanted the straight demo. I'm like,
you must have some serious songwriting talent, girl, because wow, that's amazing. What is the process like? Do you freeze up when it is like something that's last minute like that, or how do you get your brain flowing to write those lyrics down?
I mean, I feel like I work best when I am at home and not so much in like someone else's studio with pressure of writing. I really like just kind of doing it on my own and going to kind of my go-to songwriters that live near me and that are close friends that know me personally. I feel like that's kind of when I thrive. So if I have any little hiccups or, I'm stuck, I can reach out to some friends. But
absolutely,
I feel like I write very quickly, usually, unless I get into some sort of a slump, which definitely happens to the best of us. But I definitely write quickly, usually.
That's pretty cool. I just can't figure out how your brain does that, like where it starts coming up with that song. That's like serious talent. That's amazing.
Yeah, my biggest tip and secret that I've like brought into studios places. Last year I was in a studio in LA with a couple songwriters, and I had like all these different ideas written down, and they're like, where are you getting these from? I was like, Pinterest. So I literally look up Pinterest quotes, and that just helps my brain kind of snowball on what I want to write about. So if I hear a beat that's happy in summertime, I'll type in like happy summertime quotes on Pinterest, and that just kind of helps my brain start snowballing.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pinterest.
Yeah,
good to know. Good to know. And I want to talk about your company that you founded, actually, called Make Music Move. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
So that's actually a course I started a couple years ago for other independent artists to just really get a handle on their career. I've never really had someone in my life that's kind of like that mentor type that's like, hey, especially someone who's done it. Like, I've never had someone come in and be like, hey, this worked for me and this didn't, so you should do this. Like, I never had that. So I was like, you know what? It'd be cool if I could create some sort of a course that told people what worked for me and kind of coached them all the way through it. So that's kind of where that stemmed out of, and should be kind of picking up. Enrollment is closed for right now.
Okay.
Should be picking back up towards the end of the year, top of next year, just because we had, quite a lot of people interested.
What does the program consist of?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything from ground up, like how to distribute your music, register your music, to marketing on Spotify, marketing on social media. You can kind of pick and choose. Also, if you don't want to do the full course from the ground up, you can pick and choose. If you just want help with Spotify, you take the Spotify course. If you just want help with Instagram, you take the Instagram course. So it's definitely, you can kind of tailor it to your needs.
I feel like that's really important, because I feel like no one even knows where to start with finding a mentor in the industry, so that's a really nice outlet for people to have.
It's nice to have someone who's actually done it too, instead of someone just telling you like, hey, you should try this, but I never tried it.
You actually know, you've been there, you are there. Yeah, absolutely. And what other projects can your fans expect from you in the near future?
I really like being super consistent. That's like one of my main things, is that I like releasing music every month, maybe 2 months. That's kind of pushing it. I really like to release a new, whether it's project or single, every month or so. So I have the song Take a Shot coming up just this week on Thursday, and then I just shot my cover art today for the next single that'll be coming out in October. And then I always like to do a holiday release, so I just wrote that a couple weeks ago, and that'll be ready to go. I feel like Christmas songs are kind of like cheating, because every year it comes around again and you just get that track.
Absolutely.
I'm just a Christmas junkie.
Yeah, but who doesn't love a Christmas single, right? Like,
it's fun for me to do, and it's something that comes around every year.
Absolutely. No, I love that. So to end the interview, we always ask some fun random questions. So what is your favorite snack to have in your dressing room?
Oh, I've been trying to be so good lately, but if it's something that's more I can indulge in, probably some Twix.
Okay. All right.
Those are like my go-to candy snack, but I've been trying to be good, so I've not had a Twix in maybe 6 months.
You're like, now I'm going to want one. Thanks.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for that question.
Those are great. And who is your childhood celebrity crush?
Well, a lot of people did not like this, especially after everything that happened, but it was Chris Brown.
Okay, yeah.
Everyone in my high school knew that I was just a fanatic. Teachers, like my whole locker inside was Chris Brown. And then once the thing happened with Rihanna, everyone was on me, and obviously I understood that. So I backed off from that, like, crazy, huge.
Right, but that's okay. Before that, your locker was filled with Chris Brown. I love it. And do you have any hidden talents that we don't know about?
Well, I've been getting very into interior design lately. So this whole quarantine, I've tried to kind of revamp my house. We just put up a backsplash in our kitchen. I love like going thrifting and just DIYing things and making them look better. That's like been my thing this whole quarantine.
I feel like a lot of people have done that, or like gotten way better at cooking and stuff like that.
We had to find something to do.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Olivia. It was a pleasure talking to you, and we cannot wait to hear your single, Take a Shot, on September 3rd.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.